What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Friday, January 31st. In today's video, we have to talk about the price pump that's happened with Dog Bitcoin and especially the Runes ecosystem. Now, this is mainly due to two things. Number one, Tether is now minting on the Bitcoin protocol using the Lightning Network. And also we have something called Odin Fun. Now, Odin Fun is apparently the pump fund of Solana. And right now, Odin Fun is supposedly going to provide liquidity, hopefully sooner rather than later, into the Rune ecosystem. I'm going to be talking about all this, how it's affected the market of Runes. Also, how long will this last? We're going to look at Bitcoin dominance, charting analysis, and I'm going to share with you my personal opinion of what we could expect out of Odin Fun. So before we begin, let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, Dog Bitcoin is roughly around a 420, 430 million market cap. It's been kind of hovering around that trading range over the past 2 hours. It actually went as high as almost close to around 450 million. So that's really cool to see that this price is going up. But please, to me, this is not priced in. I definitely think that Dog Bitcoin should not be even under $1 billion, just to give you some insight. So how is Dog Bitcoin in the ranking? Right now it's at 208, used to be at around 199 just like a couple hours ago. And right now, if you're looking at the recent pump over the past 24 hours, yeah, it's 12.5. But look at the other meme coins. They haven't really pumped that much other than Mogcoin. Many of these coins have either pumped in the negative or up maybe just a few percent or maybe even 9%, okay? So it's not really that much. So instead of just Mogcoin, really, Dog Bitcoin's actually doing quite well. Now, let's look at the marketplace within Runes. All of them are in green. Dog, Pups, BDC, Gizmo, RuneCoin, Cypher, Lobo. You name it, a lot of the whole Rune ecosystem is pumping. And if you want to just zoom out, just understand this. The entire Runes ecosystem doesn't even make up 1% of Bitcoin's 2 trillion market share, okay? The reason that's important is because if you think about the other meme coins on other blockchains such as Solana and Ethereum, they make up more than 5 to 6% of their native chain, right? All together, all those meme coins. And all the meme coins or all the runes in Bitcoin currently don't even make up 1%. And that's mainly due to that we don't have enough builders or developers creating these tools. But luckily, I will address that at the very end of the video. Now, let's look at the Runes market cap. Right now, it's around 926 million. It used to be at around 853, I think, as of yesterday. So this is underneath $1 billion. So again, ladies and gentlemen, like Runes have not really blossomed just yet. This should be in the multi-billions of dollars, not less than $1 billion. So this is the time to be looking at these specific assets that you want to have long-term conviction in, because these are holds. These are not like quick flips. You can't get rich overnight from this. This is something that you have to hold for quite some time and have that conviction. And that's been my strategy. It's actually paid off and changed my life personally. Now let's look at Bitcoin's price. It's at 104,000. So that means Bitcoin really hasn't pumped. It's trading sideways. And right now we're kind of seeing a retracement, which is this little red dot right here. And that little retracement is possibly showing us that Bitcoin dominance is slowing down. So we did see that we were rejected off this level right here, going back into Bitcoin dominance, but slowly we could retrace back down to the downside and we could actually begin altcoin season. And altcoin season in the reverse would look something like this. So every January, after January does complete its month, again, today is January 31st, the last day of the month, we start to begin our bullish momentum within Bitcoin starting in February through March. And it's kind of shown historically how that kind of works. And if you've noticed, look at this. So the Bitcoin halving in January 2016, you had to wait until a year later for that next rally for altcoins to happen in January 2017. Then we also had a Bitcoin halving on January 2020. Then you had to wait a year later, and then the next bull run happened in January 2021. So after the Bitcoin halving, in April of 2024. You had to wait a year later, January 2025, the next bull run does begin. So this is why I've been trying to tell everybody, ladies and gentlemen, February is the beginning of the next altcoin cycle, not just Bitcoin. Because once altcoins start to pump, then they're going to rotate those funds back into Bitcoin, which you should do, by the way. And that's why you're going to see Bitcoin dominance start to take over again. Okay, so this is why Bitcoin's price will most likely pump a lot later, because a lot of people are going to rotate their funds back into Bitcoin when they, rotate their profits most out of altcoins. So this is the big news, right? So Tether is now minting stablecoins on top of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So the reason this is important is because since Tether is allowing more liquidity to flow into Bitcoin's network, you can imagine that now people can use those stablecoins to buy any native assets within Bitcoin. If it's layer 2s, if it's ordinals, if it's BRC20 tokens, if it's stacks, even runes for that matter, has a huge potential of liquidity inflow because of this announcement. And in other news, if you didn't know, so Bob Baddeley released a video yesterday pretty much demonstrating Odin.Fun. And this right now has a very limited supply of tokens that were mint or etched within the platform. And what he describes and demonstrates in this video is that you can make like tons of purchases. He demonstrated in this video, he did within 10 seconds, 50 purchases. That's right, you heard me right. It's 50 transactions within those 10 seconds. Now, what I'm seeing here is that he's using ICP protocol, which has been trying to integrate itself within the Bitcoin layer 1 space without needing a layer 2. So right now he's demonstrating how using Odin.Fun can provide more liquidity for runes. And when I spoke to Bob in my private DMs about this, are we going to see basically OG runes such as Pups, Dog, Billion Dollar Cat, Memento Mori, Bitcoin Bro, whatever you want to think of those OG meme coins, will they be integrated within Odin.Fun? And he responded that right now the website is only allowing people to trade and etch within the runes that are created within that platform. And so he wants to test out the liquidity and the demand and the basically UX and UI of the actual platform to see how the quirks are going to be fixed, any minor errors. He wants to address those before he ends up providing LP or liquidity pools for the OG runes. So right now you're just going to see these testing runes because right now they're in beta stage, and then they're going to integrate the actual runes such as Dog, Billion Dollar Cat, Pups, you name it. So this is why it's really interesting to see what they're doing. And if you go to their website, which is Odin.Fun, you can see that you pretty much can connect any of your Bitcoin wallets. You got Tether, Unisat, Xverse, Magic Eden, OKX wallet, and also Phantom. All these wallets work with Odin.Fun. And this is pretty much what the platform looks like. So you'll see a ton of these different things, and there's not a lot of liquidity flowing in right now. A lot of people are testing things. Some people have had a little bit of slow issues, meaning when people deposited their money into their account, it's actually taken some time for it to arrive compared to on decentralized apps such as Xverse. So keep that in mind. It does take time, and I think the developers are going to try to improve on this. But Odin.Fun, if this is true, and it's going to be like a Pump.Fun, is going to completely flip Pump.Fun. And if you don't know, Pump.Fun is actually kind of in the news right now. I think there's a lawsuit going on considering that Pump.Fun is actually violating securities laws. So that's what I hear. So Odin.Fun will most likely look to that and be like, okay, we're not going to do what they did, okay? Because they manipulated a lot of different markets, good or bad, doesn't really matter. So Odin.Fun, regardless, is using that model of Pump.Fun. And you know what happens when you have .Fun or any of these different trading protocols that really predict certain things, that really provides a lot of liquidity, and specifically runes. And so this is going to affect very positively into Dog. So let's look into the chart analysis. So for the very first time, we're seeing a very large green candlestick that we haven't seen for quite some time, okay? And again, this all falls in line with what I've been trying to tell people, which is that in the beginning of February through March is when we start to see that bull cycle. You actually could see something like Floki or Pepe within Dog, as you can see here. Remember, Floki is this purple bar pattern, and also Pepe is this orange, yellow bar pattern. And so right now you could see Dog follow the exact same trend. And what's really important is that we actually have to break past this downtrend red line right here, okay? We need to break past that at some certain point. Now, that may not happen within like the next few days. It could take up to a week. We could be trading sideways. But ladies and gentlemen, look at this, the RSI, we've bottomed out. Just like before, 4 times we have bottomed out. Even the MACD, which we reached a new all-time low in terms of seller's market, is showing a reversal to the upside. So basically, this is everything that's just been playing out. And this is why I want to share this with you so you can understand, like, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I've been dollar cost averaging. I've been buying the dips while other people don't want to buy. They missed the opportunity. So even though I'm looking at the price of DAW Bitcoin right now, I'm still buying in at this price point. Anything below $500 million in terms of market cap is an absolute steal. This has literally hit $1 billion, almost close to it twice already. And it's going to go back up there very soon. And it's even going to go a lot further. Remember, all these different runes that are on the runes ecosystem are going to exceed $1 billion at some point or another. Sooner or later, you're going to look at these meme coins on the top charts, and most of them are going to be runes, not Solana, not Ethereum. You're going to see a lot of these different runes in the top 10, even the top 15. So that's why I say strap in. This is the time to study dog, dollar cost average, get a little bit of exposure, and just kind of like plan a strategy for yourself of when to enter and most importantly when to exit, because most people don't know when to plan to take profits. So right now I'm not planning to take profits until we're in the multi-billions of dollars, because that's where we're going. But some people want to have a strategy for themselves. So really think about that for yourself. What are you going to actually do? I can't predict the market for you, okay? I only look at charting analysis every single day. For you though, you need to look into your own data and research. Find out who's building. Find out who's trying to provide more liquidity within runes, because right now people are providing liquidity in runes. And this is just like the early days of Uniswap and other meme coins on Ethereum. I'm seeing the exact same pattern happen, but the only difference is it does not have the market share of Bitcoin's $2 trillion. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding Dog Go to the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.